Sorry to bother.
Hello.
Hi, 3 months ago, it's Johnny Flint. I gave
Hi,
three...
Mr. Flynn. How are you?
I'm great. I gave 3 federal subpoenas to 3 clerks in the Stanford court who blocked my Supreme Court motion. And I served them with a federal subpoena to view public records on the Edison system, where they claim I will never get a fair trial in the state of Connecticut. And I am running for U.S. Senate, and I am alarmed at the messaging I am getting my hands on, and I need the court documents between the judges that are claiming to want to harm me. And I gave them federal subpoenas, 3 of them, and they were never answered, and they didn't show up at the deposition. And Bozzuto knows, because I told her. Why hasn't the Edison record been made available to me? It's a public record of judicial messaging, which is ex parte communication, which is illegal.
Right.
Because it deals with 7 protective orders that were denied against a guy claiming he bought the judges, and he was caught with $18 million in the trunk of his car, and he did 18 months for that, and they kept the money. So obviously it's drug money from Oxy, which Connecticut legalized, which is heroin in pill form.
Yeah, did you see all those shows about that they have on like Netflix and?
I saw one of them. Are you saying Judge Bozzuto saw that?
No.
Did you ask her?
My husband and I watched it.
Did you ask her?
No, I didn't ask her. No.
You should.
I'm not gonna ask her. That's none of my business.
The Ahujas are claiming they bought many judges, many prosecutors, many elected officials, many. They have a plane flying in drugs from South America to Sikorsky Airport. It's well known. There's no way the judge doesn't know, especially White. Because White has cut Ahuja's deals. When Ahuja was caught issuing Oxy without a license, he let him off on a $10,000 fine, which is normally 25 years to life, okay? That's the judge that Ahuja says he bought, okay? The judge knows that. So does Judge Reed. Judge McShane knows that. Blowy, Kremrich, Gennario, they all know it because I told them. I told every single one of them. I want to know why 3 federal subpoenas were denied by the Stanford Superior Court. And you allowed it, because I told you about it, and I gave you a copy of it, as a matter of fact. There's over 50 subpoenas that are not being... Every single subpoena that we sent from the federal court has been denied. Really? We asked for the cast vote record. Do you know what that means?
Oh, tell me.
They needed it for the audit and the certification of the elections in Connecticut, which they can't certify. So Blumenthal, Murphy, Himes, DeLauro, Hayes, Courtney, and Larson are not congressmen. Their elections can't be certified because they destroyed the memory cards used in the election. This is obstruction of federal law by the staff. There are 28 felonies just with the writ of error and the habeas corpus at the Supreme Court. What is Judge Bozzuto doing? I heard she's gotten slammed with the judge, with all the complaints that Carol never answered. And she's,
No.
yes, Lou Roman told me that.
Who?
Lou Roman.
Who's that?
Who's that?
I don't recognize that name.
Who was hired by the court to fill out what is our whistleblower reports against the probate court? Who was hired by the court to explain how the mortgage fraud crisis in Connecticut occurred and who owns the mortgage mills? Who owns the mortgage mills? Can I ask you that?
I don't know. I'm just...
Well, let me tell you, it's the judges. And you know that because it's in the legislation that they passed, because they asked for it. So I need the name of a federal marshal who will arrest the judge, period. I need the name of a federal marshal who will arrest the judge. I've asked for 5 grand juries and I was denied 5 times. Why am I being denied grand juries in the state of Connecticut? Why am I being denied grand juries in the state of Connecticut when the judges own the mortgage mills and are profiting personally from foreclosure? There are 6,000 foreclosures just in Bridgeport alone.
Yeah, what's going to happen in that Bridgeport election?
Judge Clark is the same judge that screwed me. Judge Clark gave immunity to China to count the vote through LHS in Connecticut. It's all in the documents that I sent. Bozzuto. Judge Clark has a writ of error that he won't process and multiple habeas corpuses. Did you know that? Voters that signed my petition filed a habeas corpus against Judge Clark, who is hearing the Bridgeport case. Do you know what happened in the Bridgeport case? Did you know that both Democrats were stuffing the ballot and that Ganem's clerk received a $313,000 bribe from Mark Zuckerberg, owner of Facebook? Did you know that? The town clerk of Bridgeport received a $313,000 bribe from Mark Zuckerberg. Did you know that? Well, Clark knows it because did you know I was a party to the Gomes case? The Ganem case?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a plaintiff. Look on the court screen. I'm the bottom one. Guess what happened? They wouldn't let me testify. They wouldn't let me cross-examine. No one saw me. They never uttered my name. Hearst covered it. Hearst is a cover-up artist. Judge Clark dismissed me from the case. It's the same woman who robbed me. I gave her 700 signatures in the 2022 Blumenthal race, and she destroyed them. The same woman who stuffed the ballot.
Really?
The same woman. So what happens is that's disparaged treatment. When you allow the Democrats, both candidates, to stuff the ballot box, which is a felony, okay? And then they took a bribe, okay, which is worse. And then when Flynn filed the same claim, the judge dismissed the case. That's disparaged treatment towards a Republican by by a Democratic-controlled court. Democrats robbed Flynn, period, and were allowed to commit felonies by the judge that you didn't stop. I filed a habeas corpus. He threw it in the garbage. Many people filed habeas corpus. They threw them in the garbage. That is a felony. Judge Clark committed felonies, and you allowed it. Felonies. I filed a writ of error. Where is it? It was dismissed. No hearing. Do you know a habeas corpus requires a hearing? It's mandatory. It's in the Constitution. Did you know that?
No, honestly, I did not.
Well, now you do. So play this recording to Judge Bozzuto.
Okay. Wow.
You seem very nice.
Hey?
You should write a whistleblower's report and have them all thrown in jail for extortion, bribery, corruption, collusion, conspiracy, all kinds of stuff. They must have broke 37 laws. Pretty sure they did. Taking bribes. And Judge Bozzuto's looking the other way. Why hasn't she answered the writ? (22cv01065). Why hasn't she answered the writ?
That I don't know.
I told her I'd drop her from the case if she answered it. I guess she's not interested in being dropped from the case. I'll give her another month. 12/13. Tell her. You telling her what I tell you?
I do.
Okay, there you go. Loving you. You're the best. I do appreciate that you do that, because that means she has to
That's
act.
going to be the nicest thing I hear all day long.
I am worshiping and validating you. I don't know your name for the rest till December 13th. Standing ovation. I can't stand up. Bye.